Oh, Lordy, Lordy, Lordy. Let's see what's going on here. Interesting. There we go. Hey, everybody. Good evening. Good evening. How's everybody doing this evening? I'm sitting here waiting for Ava to get home from work. It is 4:45 here in Atlanta. It starts getting dark about 5, y'all. Maybe 5:30. It's by 5:30. It's kind of pretty dark. But good evening, TikTok. Um, the Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, all that kind of good stuff out there. I just see people scrolling by on TikTok. Y'all come by and say hey and do like I do, just scan right on past it. There's thousands of people that go live every day, posting stuff. But good evening, everybody. I ain't really got much to say. I'm just sitting here bored, waiting for Ava to get home. As soon as she gets here, we're going to get our daily walk in. We're going to go ahead and knock that out. Hey there, Stephanie. Good evening. Good evening to all you people over here on TikTok. Kind of scrolling by. I sat here. Ava now, as soon as she gets here, I'll hang up because we got to get our walk in. Plus, it's going to get dark. And also that we're meeting, the family's meeting over at Sombreros in Virginia, not on Virginia Avenue in Hateville. George, Kathy's husband, George, yesterday was his birthday. I believe it was yesterday. So we've kind of got almost like a family tradition thing going now, where that all of us. It's cold today. I cleaned house this today too, Stephanie. I took him. I've not left the house today. I rarely do that. Just have a day where I just stay at home all day. But I kind of cleaned the bathroom and washed some bed cover and cleaned the kitchen up a little bit, and just kind of doing a little cleaning today. But there's this Mexican restaurant, Sombreros in Hateville, and Ava and I usually, for our go-to Mexican place, we love to go to Mescalitos over on Memorial Drive. Rainy day in East Texas. Hey, Margaret, how you doing this evening? It was rainy here yesterday and the day before. We just had a couple when it's cold and rainy and gray and foggy. It's just, but it's just that bone cold, that damp cold. But anyhow, Ava and I typically go over to a place called Mescalitos on Memorial Drive. The owner there is so sweet, and Ava knows him well, and he's always so kind and sweet. And but there's a Mexican place over right up the street from us in Hateville called Sombreros, and we've kind of got almost like a family. Even though our family is small, Chance's birthday's tomorrow, my grandson Chance. But between Chance and Savannah and Heather and Jill and Caleb and myself and Ava and Kathy and George and Eliana, that's the base of our little ball of family. There's somebody's always having a birthday, so we're always like, yeah, that's okay, Stephanie. I see you over there. So we all we just love Sombreros. Go over there and get a table for 8 or whatever, and just have them start bringing the chips and the cheese and the salsa and all that out. Isn't it good? Isn't it good? My hair looks good. Hey, y'all, I noticed this right here. You can't really see it here. You can see it on TikTok. But these little things right here, this little indentions. I turned 70 in September. Now the back of my head is just thick. I got good thick hair everywhere. Look at me acting crazy on here. But these little things I've noticed, they keep going further and further back, you know, these two areas. So Vince, I don't know if it'll, yeah. Anyway, so anyhow, good evening, TikTok. Eddie William Sellers coming to you live this evening on TikTok and saying hey to everybody. Hope everybody's getting ready for. I just seen a friend of mine, Trisha. I just seen where she posted a little bit ago on Facebook where that she went to get yesterday. I think she went yesterday to get her PET scan, if that's what you call it, and she just got good results back from it today. Let me say that because I don't like telling other people's business on here. But Tricia, she posted that she was pleased with her scan result. And when you're battling deadly illnesses, that's just good Lord. That's just wonderful, isn't it? Wonderful. And so anyhow, when I read stuff like that, it just kind of lifts my spirits a little bit too. You know, the thing about life, it's good when you can rejoice for other people's victories, rejoice for other people's successes, joy in the delight of watching other people do well and enjoy life. And good, when you can feel good, when just good things happen for other people also. It's wonderful, isn't it? Wonderful. But anyway, everybody, good evening. I'm sitting here waiting for Ava to get home. Thought I'd just hop on here. Aside from cleaning, like Stephanie said she did, aside from cleaning the house today, also I watched, there's a new episode of My Next Guest with David Letterman on Netflix where those little interviews he does one-on-one like that. It's about 45 minutes or an hour or something where he interviewed Adam Sandler. And you're just talking about you just watch that interview and you just think, what a wonderful, sweet man Adam Sandler is. And for him to have all these people that just rave about how much he's always showed love to them and been kind to them and helped them. And so I watched that, and then I turn around and I'm bored, and I watched the first two episodes of the Sean Diddy Combs documentary that 50 Cent's the executive producer on. That's on Netflix also. And regardless of what the intentions was of the documentary and all, it basically, for those of you that has followed the career and the life of Puff Daddy, it just goes down the list from when he was 19 years old up until now he's in prison, and just kind of touches base of a lot of things down through his life. And man, it was just such a contrast to watching Adam Sandler being interviewed and just talking about 52 movies he's made. And I've seen the previews. He's got one that's going to be dropping Friday. I think it's going to be in the theaters, or you can pay for it online. But I'd love to go. If I'm going to pay for it, I'd rather go see it in the theater. But he's got one coming out Friday with George Clooney, and I want to see it. They say there might be Oscar nominations for both of them in this movie. Something Jay Kelly. I think Jay Kelly's the name. And but the thing with the documentary, I don't even know if I watched. I think there's maybe one more hour of it. I don't even know if I'll finish watching it. It is so dark and so unhappy and so much anger and rage. And yeah, it's actually just kind of disturbing to like somebody can make deposits in a bank account of $200 million in a one swipe and have private planes and like Jeffrey Epstein, private islands and mansions around the world and just live such dark lives, you know? Yeah. So, but anyhow, y'all, Good evening, everybody. Here we are heading right into December. Sitting here watching my neighbors come and go across the street. It's still kind of cold. It's still cold here in Atlanta, And I don't know what the latest weather forecast is for here in Atlanta, but maybe we'll be getting, I don't know, maybe we'll be getting some tricky weather. So anyway, everybody, I don't know if me and Ava's going to put up any Christmas decorations this time of year. I know I got this. See this right? I bought this like a few weeks ago over at Home Depot. I think it was like $12 or something. I got it sitting here on my desk. A little bitty live tree of some sort right there. But other than that, I don't know if I'll do much of the Christmas stuff this season. And then, hey, thank y'all for the hearts over on Facebook. Hey, everybody. So anyhow, we kind of knew that the segue into something else. We kind of knew that the congressional race in the 7th District of Tennessee, we kind of knew that was a very long shot that the Democratic nominee was going to pull that race out. But I think a lot of people had their hopes up. That would be shocking, wouldn't it? And that if she could do it, nobody predicted that she was going to win. And, the polls had showed them tightened up as close as 2-3 points. In some polls, she lost by 7 points. But I think the Democrats take a lot of hope in the fact that Trump carried that by 22 points just a year ago. And 22 points is huge. And so it was like 53-46, something like that. The final tally was, about 7 percentage points. But I think people are hopeful with the daily chaos that we have to see on the news every single day. There's more chaos going on from this administration in the White House. That and then I seen the reports today that the latest job numbers, the country lost 32,000 jobs in the last month. When the jobs report come out. And the thing about that is, the country typically adds 150, 200,000 jobs every month. Here's Abel. I've got to go to get our walk in. So, and then I seen a headline in the AJC here in Atlanta yesterday that thousands of homes that were for sale on market, sellers had just taken them back off because the only way they can sell them is to really discount the price way down. And, and if you have a mortgage on a house that you owe $180,000 on it, you can't sell that house for $160,000 because you have to go to a close and write a check for $20,000 to come up with the difference. So we're seeing signs that the economy is just really kind of pointing in that direction. It's like in the end of George W. Bush's administration that Ava's on a phone call herself, so she'll have to get off of that. So, but we see signs that the economy is really not doing good. And then the Democrats have tapped into something with this whole affordability thing that they're talking about now. And y'all know this. Let's lay aside the MAGA people and the Democratic people and the conservatives and the liberals. My God, the prices of everything is crazy. Could you imagine? Have you thought about going out and buying a new car lately? You go out and buy a little rinky-dink new car, it's $30,000. I'm like, good God. So, I mean, everything is just so expensive now. So hopefully, and the final thing I'll say before I get off of here, there's much talk now about the two survivors from that little pedal boat thing or whatever, that little tiny boat that they shot down there off the coast of Venezuela. Well, supposedly there's video of two men that were hanging on for dear life on a piece of the scrap of that boat, that survived it, and they shot a missile and murdered them right there in the water. You know, that goes against everything this country has ever thought about. You know, how we treat other people. That's insane, y'all. Just that is insane. So, yeah, country's in a mess. Country's in a mess. So I'm going to put my coat on, go get my walk home, get out of here. So good evening, everybody. Um, Hope you got good news today also with some stuff going on. Let me get out of here.